Sorry, y'all. I don't know what happened. So for some reason, it like kicked me out, but now I'm back. But y'all, welcome back to Charles Baloo channel, okay? Welcome back. Y'all might think, oh, it's workout time, okay? Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna talk to y'all for the entire time. Because this video will be 20 minutes. So, what I'm gonna talk to y'all is about wrestling. If y'all don't know, Hulk Hogan, I'm sure y'all know him. I know he betrayed his partners a couple times. I even know that the NWO kind of betrayed him at WrestleMania 18. I'm sure some of y'all has seen it, but I'm glad Alexa and Oscar are now tag team champs once again. But if you don't know, I'm actually happy because Dakota and Io Sky, not good. And yep, that's what I'm going to talk to y'all about. Some wrestling. If you don't know, Roman Reigns is actually a 6-time champ, 7-time champ, 4-time WWE champion, and a 2-time Universal champion. The last time he won the WWE title was in 2015, twice. In 2016, he won the title once. But in 2018, he actually became the Universal Champion because he's actually the one that broke Brock Lesnar's record, which is 504 days as Universal Champion. Now that's a lot. And what's also cool is that in 2020, when I saw him return at SummerSlam, bro, I was like crying. I did not know he was going to come back. But I know they were going to say, you'll never see it coming. And I didn't know Roman Reigns was going to come out of nowhere. Bro, for the match he created at WrestleMania 36 when he was going to go against Goldberg for the Universal Championship, actually, Roman actually gave Strowman the chance for the Universal title, which is a good thing. We all like Strowman. Some of y'all might don't, but... And my grandparents do. Because if you've not seen the 24, like, WrestleMania, have you not seen what he said? There have been people, like, bullying him. Now, that is not right. To you bullies out there, never bully, or you'll get tattletales on, or go to ISS or get suspended. Don't ever bully, unless you want to get in trouble. It's a good thing Strowman's in shape because the other times he was almost like fat, but not fat anymore. Tougher than he used to be. Even, I can't believe this, but I know one thing. For the match at Crown Jewel in 2 days, I can't wait to see the ring break because Omos is going against Strowman for the first time ever. And even one thing that they did a superplex, the ring was broke. The last time I ever seen a ring break was in 2020 when Roman Reigns won the Universal Championship. Because the Fiend literally just like superplex Braun Strowman. I'm surprised he's able to do that. But that was awesome though. And as I was saying about Roman, in 2022, this year, he became a 4-time WWE champion. Now he's the undisputed WWE Universal Champion. The last time that we had a 2-belt people was with Keith Lee. He won the North American Championship and the NXT title at the same time. Isn't that cool or what? But I know a lot about wrestling. Like, if you've seen the other videos, you can actually see that I actually met Kane for the first time ever. Okay, let me explain to y'all the story. When it was my birthday, like last year, when Roman Reigns was still champion, when I was going to Knoxville, I even, like, before this entire thing happened with me and Kane, I was actually not going to meet him. But then when my grandparent called my grandmother, she actually said, "Is there a way that we can actually meet Kane?" And then she called like 2 weeks later, the week of my birthday, and she told us to go there on Thursday because the meeting was going to be Friday. And before I ever went to Kane's office, me and my grandpa actually went to Walmart and Target at the same time. I got 3 wrestlers and a 5-pack with cars. And then at 1 o'clock, we went to his office. I had no idea where we were. So when we got to the waiting room, this lady over here says, "Hi, Kaden." I was like so confused. I had no idea she like knew my name. I was like, "Hi." But then a couple minutes later, she actually asked me, "Who is your favorite WWE superstar?" My favorite one, I told her 3 of them: Braun Strowman, Roman Reigns, and Kane. But then when I sat on my grandparents' lap, on my granddad's lap, all of a sudden out of nowhere, he comes. Okay, he was in a meeting, so when he kind of got done for a minute, I was in shock because when I saw him come out of that room, I like jumped out the seat. I was like in shock. I had no idea I was going to meet Kane. But then I even got the fist bump with his WWE wedding, with his WWE Hall of Fame, because he actually got inducted that year when I met him. And then I told him all I know about him. I know who inducted him: The Undertaker, his finishers, the chokeslam and the tombstone. And I know how many eliminations he did at 2001 Royal Rumble. It was 11. But then the man that broke the record after that was Roman. But then the record after that was Brock Lesnar with 13 eliminations, because Brock Lesnar, I thought he was... Okay, it started like this. In Memphis, in 2020, I had no idea, because when I saw this like invitation, I was like, where are we heading to? And then I didn't know, but when I saw that Friday Night SmackDown, FedEx Forum, 6:45 p.m. And then it also said January 6th was that day. But then when I saw it, I was like, one of my grandpa said, "We're going to Friday Night SmackDown." I like yelled because that was the first time I was ever going to go to Friday Night SmackDown. For the first time, no one looked at me. I thought Roman was, because I actually had a sign like, "Roman, look at me." I know you can see it, but I was actually in the TV camera like a couple of times. And then when I was actually, when they were going to have another one in North Little Rock, I went and got the SmackDown Women's title and John Cena's shirt. I even got to take a photo with the World Heavyweight Championship, which was kind of cool. And then after that, when I think before the show went on, all of a sudden it was either Tegan Nox or Shotzi Blackheart. Tegan Nox, when I hold up the SmackDown Women's title, she like looked at it and I was like, "You too."
Is your phone not loud?
But then when I actually went to...
This is too, now you been on it.
Well,
Okay.
then maybe the little light got turned off in there.
Okay. As I was saying, I had no idea, because last year I was going to school. I wish I wasn't going to go to school. But then my grandparents actually said, "You're not going to, because we're going to Knoxville tomorrow." I was like, "Why?" But then when I saw the Friday Night SmackDown in Knoxville, I was like, "Oh, I get it. We're going to Friday Night SmackDown in Knoxville." Because I was actually going to be behind the commentators. Well, actually, when we got there, I even got to take a picture with the WWE title. and the old WWF
Oh.
title.
Just come get them.
And then when I was actually over there, I was actually,
That mama done it.
we didn't have the tickets before that. I was like, this can't be happening. We gotta go. But then the tickets come up a few minutes later, and then we're going in. I actually got the Rey Mysterio mask and the Universal title, like after the complete show. When I was actually gonna sit right behind the commentators, but when the security guards were like messed up, I was like, Oos, let's sit. Oos, which is my grandpa, which I call him Oos. And I even saw like these empty seats like near the rail. I actually sit by there because I thought the people over there that sit over there were not going to let us sit there. But then when the people came, they were actually so nice that they let me sit there. Shout out to who you know who. And then the first match was ever happened because the first match was Riddle Moss, which is Madcap Moss, versus Odyssey Jones, which is almost like, this dude is like almost the same as World's Strongest Man, Mark Henry. Because when he looked at me, I was like, come on, give me a high five, dude. And he was like, yeah. But then you can actually see it in the video. I was like, my grandpa was like, yeah, yeah. But then I don't know how, but Odyssey Jones got beaten by Riddle Moss. And then after he came back to the front, when he came backstage, he like gave me another high five again. I'm sure you guys know Xia Li. Some of y'all don't, but some of y'all do. If you can see in this video, that sword was like literally near me. I thought I was going to get my neck cut off, but that was not going to happen. But then when the show came on, I was like, here we go. But then when the Tribal Chief came out, which is Roman Reigns, after the fireworks came on, when he gave the Universal title to Reigns, to Paul Heyman, he like literally looked straight at me because I had his mask, his shirt, and his gloves. And then when the Usos had their match against the former WWE Champion Big E and Finn Balor, I think when they were doing commercial break, one of the Usos, when they were going backstage, one of them, it was either Jay or Jimmy that gave me a high five. I was like, oh, here he comes. And then some of the other high fives later. But then when they were going to have the dark match, which was the Street Profits and the former WWE Champion Big E to go against the Usos and Roman Reigns. Which was so funny because during the match, Paul Heyman wanted to wrestle from his ECW days. Which was actually kind of funny. But then before that thing happened, after when I thought the fireworks were going to go, so I closed my ears, but after when he walked down the rail, if you can see the video, he actually looked straight at me again. Because you can also see that I also said, I acknowledge you, Roman. But I don't know what he said after that. And after, you should have seen it, Pat McAfee, he actually gave me a high five. Which is so funny because when he was coming out with his dances, he like looked at me and said, yeah, kid, let's go. And even,
You turn it down now.
Let's go get some water.
and even, after when the other tag team beat the Bloodline, actually, Roman was actually coming backstage. But then all of a sudden, he gives me a high five. Literally. He usually never high fives anyone. But now he did to me? Wow. And then, when the Usos were coming backstage, they both of them actually gave me a high five that time. One of the Street Profits did, and Big E too. If you can see in the video, I was actually trying to, when Bianca Belair was going to go against Becky Lynch, Bianca beat her, which is a good thing. After when Bianca tried to come backstage, giving the high fives, which is good. But then all of a sudden, I tried to give her a hug, but then she boom. Which was actually kind of funny because the dude beside me, he was actually so nice. I was like, and then this dude, Bianca Belair actually gave him his glasses. Shout out to you know who, which is the guy I'm talking about. I'm sure you don't know who, but shout out to you. And then, all of a sudden out of nowhere, when the Street Profits cups were going out, one of the guys actually gave me a cup. And then, I don't think Roman or the others saw it, but I squished that cup in half. And then, actually, the security guards, when they were the performers, they actually one of them was annoying one of them, during the Rick Boogs, man, bro, he was so annoying him. I was like, hey, stop that. It was so funny because after when that dude came backstage, the dude who was being annoyed with, he was like, man, go get him. I was like, I will. That was the best SmackDown I ever went to, literally. But then when I saw that we're gonna have a Monday Night Raw in Memphis, which I went to, I only got one shirt, which was the Bloodline, and then when I was watching the Doudrop versus Bianca Belair match, I went to go get some chips, but then when we're going commercial break, all of a sudden this dude behind me and my grandpa, this old man kept on cursing it out because they were not in the right seats. If you could see me at Monday Night Raw in Memphis, you can actually see way over there. And then also, I think it was during commercial break, it was on TV, but during commercial break, I think Kevin Owens straight at me. Which was hey, you want me? And I was like, yeah, I want you. Well, maybe one day I'll go against you one day. I'll see you soon, Kevin Owens. I'll see you soon, buddy. So, that's what happened during my life. And if you don't know, on January 6th, in 2023, I just found out they're going to have a Memphis there for a Friday Night SmackDown in Memphis, which is pretty cool. I actually like going to Memphis because one time when I was in Walmart, we were going to my grandpa's doctor, I was like, I would either get the Brock Lesnar or go to SmackDown. I would just rather go to SmackDown. But if he actually has enough tickets, if he actually has enough money, I might be able to get near the barricade, if that happens or not, which I hope. So, that's what's been happening. I think rumors are saying that CM Punk might be on his way back. We don't know. But I think I know what might happen during the Bayley versus Bianca Belair match. At the end of the match, Becky Lynch might return. Because I've seen photos all over WWE Network about Becky Lynch returning. So this might be the 109 return. I've counted 109 returns this year. Literally. I think the next return might be CM Punk. Alright, y'all, I got 10 seconds. So, remember, subscribe to Charles Ballou. And I love you all. Bye-bye, everyone. Peace out.